And a very good afternoon to all of you, or I would say very good evening to all of you, and welcome to Career Launcher. So I hope you are aware that every Sunday at 8 p.m. We are having a static GK discussion, where actually we discuss static GK. And in the last class, so first of all, please tell me, am I audible, visible? मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों को? We discuss static GK. The last class. And in the last class, I think we were somewhere here, right? We were talking about this. We were talking about the Indian desert. And the last class का last question ये था. The Indian desert lies towards what? And the answer was western margins of Aravallis. Recently, Aravalli hills were in the news. I'm sure because in November, the Supreme Court of India accepted the definition given by the government about Aravallis. And that was 100-meter height. Minimum 100-meter height should be there. Right? And there was one more. If the clusters are, if the two mountain ranges are more than 500 away, then of course that will not be considered as part of that. ठीक है, मान लो ये Aravallis है ना, which is having more than 100-meter height. The other one is more than 500-meter away, but less than 100-meter height. So this will not be considered as part of it. However, later on, the matter again was like people started protesting. A lot of protests happened, hue and cry happened, and then in December 2025, the Supreme Court decided to reverse the order by taking suo motu cognizance. The Supreme Court stayed this definition of Aravalli. Okay? I'm sure you must be aware of this. Which is the highest peak of Aravallis? Can anyone tell me? So this is Aravalli mountain range. Highest peak of Aravallis. Can anyone tell me? Guru Shikhar. ठीक है. Yes, CLAT aspirant Sara Godh bole, you all are right. Guru Shikhar is the right answer to this question. Very good. हाँ, वहीं पे पास में Mount Abu मिलेगा. The next one is which of the following is also known as the cold desert? Yes, Bhagat Karan, you were also right. Cold desert. Which of them is actually a cold desert? Yes, Aradhya, welcome to the class. Please answer my questions. This is the first question of today. है ना? Also known as is also a cold desert, I would say. है ना? So Sahara is a hot desert. You will find it in Africa. Thar is also a hot desert. Gobi desert is in China. So C is the right answer. Yes. Sara, you were right, but why did you put question mark? आप सही थे, right? C is the right answer. देखो. This is Thar desert, right? है ना? And this is a hot desert. This is China और Mongolia के बीच में here. This is actually Gobi desert. ठीक है. Now there is a river which goes like this. Okay. Something like this. What is that river called? It crosses from Gobi desert. What is that river? I am writing this river as A. What is this A river? This is famously called as a Sorrow of China. This river is famously called as Sorrow of China. Which river is being talked about? Hwang Ho river. Ho means river. So Hwang Ho, yellow river, it is called as Sorrow of China. Why? Because it brings silt from the Gobi desert. And if the river is having huge amount of silt, then it will cause massive floods. Okay? And it is famous for causing floods in this region. That's why it is called as Sorrow of China. Hwang Ho, right? Pranjal and CLAT aspirant both are right. Huh? Okay? Because it takes silt from the Gobi desert, and whenever there is siltation in the river, it will cause, I would say, floods. So C is the right answer to this question. Okay. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is the eastern coastal plain are located between. Here. The right answer is option B, Eastern Ghats and Bay of Bengal. B is the right answer to this question. Yes, Sara and Aradhya. Siddhi, you all are right. B is the right answer. So I'm sure you must be aware, ये तो basic चीजें आपको पता होना चाहिए. This is Eastern Ghat and these are discontinuous. ठीक है. This is Bay of Bengal है ना. And तो ये Eastern Ghat हो गया. ठीक है. And this one is Western Ghat. These are mountain range. Eastern Ghat and Western Ghats are actually mountain range. ठीक है. And this which I'm making with red pen will be Eastern Coastal Plain. And this one will be Western Coastal Plain. है ना, जैसे यहाँ पे मुंबई हुआ, गोवा हुआ. ईस्ट साइड में आपको मिलेगा विशाखापट्टनम, है ना, चेन्नई, पुडुचेरी, है ना, like these things. So now can you please tell me where do Eastern and Western Ghat meet? This is a very famous question. It was asked in AILET exam also. Very good. CLAT aspirant, you're right, huh? The place where they meet is called as Nilgiri Hills. And AILET had asked question that this Nilgiri Hill is situated where? It is at the border of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. So KKTN. So if this is South India, this is Kerala, this is Tamil Nadu, this is Karnataka. So this is Karnataka, this is Kerala, this is Tamil Nadu. Okay, so this region is called as the place of Nilgiris. This is also the previous year question of AILET. Now please tell me, at Nilgiri mountains there is a very famous flower that blossoms after every 12 years. Every 12 years. And this is also a previous year question of AILET. Neela Kurunji, very good. So the name of the flower is Neela Kurunji. Let me write it here. Neela Kurunji. Neela Kurunji flowers. Every 12 years, this gets blossomed. This you will find it in Nilgiri mountains, Nilgiri hills or Nilgiri mountains. In fact, Nilgiri is the first biosphere reserve also. Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve is the first biosphere reserve under UNESCO's MAP program, Man and Biosphere program. So this Neela Kurunji flowers, which is situated in Nilgiri, they blossom every 12 years. Yes, that is right. Huh? So that is what you should be knowing about. Let's move on to the next one. The western coastal plains in Kerala are known as what? You should be knowing about all these top 3 coasts. I will give you a hint. There is a very famous exercise named after it. The right answer is option B. Yes, Bhagat, Sara, Siddhi, you all were right. B is the right answer. Malabar coast is the right answer to this question. Yeah. Hold on. What happened? B is the right answer. Malabar exercise is there of Quad countries, US, Japan, Australia, and India. So please, now since we are talking about Malabar exercise, please tell me, Malabar exercise this year happened where? It's of Quad countries, है ना? US, Japan, Australia, India. These are Quad countries. Please tell me, Malabar exercise this year happened where? कहाँ पर हुआ था इस बार? Let me see the latest one. Coromandel is on east coast. Yes. We'll be explaining about that, है ना? पहले ये बताओ, Malabar exercise happened where? The most recent Malabar exercise happened in Guam Island. This is a US territory. US island territory. Where? In Pacific Ocean. नहीं, विशाखापट्टनम में जो तो Milan exercise है, that we are going to discuss tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll be having class because I'm sure you must be aware US submarine sank an Iranian ship. That was very much in the news. We'll be talking about that tomorrow, 3 p.m. class. ठीक है. So अब हम लोग सारे coast देख लेते हैं. देखो, here is Tamil Nadu. This is TN. This is Kerala. I'm writing KR. This is Karnataka. I'm writing KT. This is Goa. This is Maharashtra. Okay. So So let's talk about this one in Kerala. This is called as Malabar coast in Kerala, है ना? This is Mumbai to Goa. This is called as Konkan coast. Very famous Konkan railways are also there. Okay. And between Goa and Malabar, this region, this is called as Kannada coast in Karnataka. Kannada coast. Okay. In Tamil Nadu, this one is called as Coromandel coast. Coromandel coast. Okay. That is what you should be knowing. Now, so basically this Kannada coast is this. Kannada ऐसे लिखते हैं, actually ऐसे भी लिख देते कभी कभी. Kannada coast in Karnataka. Kannada is a language spoken in Karnataka. ठीक है. Rest these are the basic famous coast. ठीक है. यहाँ पे चोला एम्पायर था तो चोला मंडल कोस्ट पहले इसको कहते थे. This region was Chola Empire. So that coast was called as Chola Mandal coast, and now which is now renamed as Coromandel. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. The next is, which of the following coast lies on the eastern coastal plain? I hope now you should be answering it after explaining so much. The right answer is option A, Coromandel coast. Yes, Sara, Siddhi, you all are right. Hana. We have discussed it. Hana. This is just I was testing eastern coastal plain. Hana. Next is, which of the following island is located in Arabian Sea? These are very easy questions. And I believe you all should be answering it. The right answer, what is the right answer? Yes, Sara, Siddhi, you all were right. Lakshadweep Islands. And what is its capital? Capital क्या है? Kavaratti is its capital. ठीक है. So let's talk about this. Yes, C is the right answer. This is Arabian Sea, this is Bay of Bengal, and here you will find Indian Ocean on the south. So here the group of islands, these group of islands are called as Lakshadweep Islands. And here there are a group of islands, they are called as Andaman and Nicobar. Group of islands. Okay. So the capital of Lakshadweep is Kavaratti. And the capital of Andaman and Nicobar is Port Blair. Okay. So these are the basic things you should be knowing about. Okay. ठीक है. यहाँ पर ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड प्रोजेक्ट बन रहा है. ओके, विल बी हैविंग सेपरेट क्लास इन करंट अफेयर्स पे हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे उसको, है ना. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड आल्सो ग्रेट निकोबार आइलैंड्स एंड ऑल. Now let's move on to the next one. The Andaman and Nicobar group of islands are also known as what? Ambar Islands, Emerald Islands, Safari Islands, none of the above. What is the right answer? हाँ, वो गैलेथिया भी है, राइट. ये जो आप बता रहे हो अंडमान निकोबार ग्रुप ऑफ आइलैंड्स में, यहाँ पे गैलेथिया भी वगैरह है. ट्रांसशिपमेंट हब पोर्ट वगैरह बन रहा है ना. So the right answer is yes, Bhagat Karan, you are right. Emerald Island. So B is the right answer to this question, है ना. So अंडमान निकोबार का नाम एमरल्ड आइलैंड भी कहते हैं इसको, एमरल्ड. Yes, Siddhi, you are also right. Next is, which of the following is known as city of lakes? Actually multiple cities को कहते हैं, but here the answer, there is only one option given. City of lakes in Rajasthan, very famous place. The right answer is option C, Udaipur. ठीक है. And similarly, I think Indore को भी कहते हैं. Udaipur is in Rajasthan, very famous. There are multiple lakes. You will find it. It is called a city of lakes, है ना. So C is the right answer to this question, है ना. एक इंदौर को भी शायद कहते हैं, इंदौर मध्य प्रदेश में, very famous. उदयपुर is very famous, है ना. Yes, Sarah, you're right. CLAT aspirant, you are also right. It's a nice place to visit. C is the right answer. Next is, which of the following rivers flow towards west? सुबर्णरेखा, ताप्ती, माही, साबरमती. अच्छा, कभी कभी ना सीयूटी वगैरह भी मैंने देखा कई जगह रिवर्स और प्रोमिनेंट सिटीज पूछते हैं. सुबर्णरेखा, वेरी फेमस सिटी इज जमशेदपुर इन झारखंड. इट फ्लोज इन द ईस्टर्न डायरेक्शन. सो ये तो होगा नहीं, है ना. सो 1 is gone. So 2, 3 and 4 you can say. So the right answer is B. ताप्ती, साबरमती, माही, है ना. तो सुबर्णरेखा somewhere you will find it here in झारखंड के आसपास, तो यहाँ पे मिलेगा सुबर्णरेखा. This is Jamshedpur. Yeah. So this is Jamshedpur. Here you will find Subarnarekha. This is the name of the river is Subarnarekha. ठीक है. This is Narmada and this is Tapti. Narmada, Tapti. माही भी ऐसे ही कुछ जाती है. This is माही river और I think ऐसे कुछ साबरमती जाती है. साबरमती, माही. ठीक है. All are flowing in western direction. इधर जा रही. Why is Mahi river so famous? Means there is one very famous geography question based on this. What is that question? What is that question? क्या है वो क्वेश्चन? क्वेश्चन ये है कि नेम द रिवर इन इंडिया दैट कट्स ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर ट्वाइस. माही रिवर. ठीक है. एंड ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर पासेस थ्रू इट लाइक दिस. ऐसे कुछ जाता है ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर. सो माही रिवर कट्स ट्रॉपिक ऑफ कैंसर ट्वाइस. ठीक है. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. सो बी इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. इस CLAT aspirant, you are right. The next is question number 17. The endangered Asiatic lions can be found in which of the following national parks? This is the only place, I think, in the entire world where you will find Asiatic lions. Yes, Sarah, you're right. The right answer is option D. Gir National Park is the right answer to this question, है ना. ये गुजरात है, ये मिला आपको गिर नेशनल पार्क. Yes. The right answer is option D. And Sambhav, you were right. Siddhivij, Ranjal, you all were right. D is the right answer to this question. Okay. So that is what you should be knowing about. ठीक है. नहीं, जूनागढ़, यहीं पे जूनागढ़ एक there was a princely state also before independence. यहीं पे आपको गिर नेशनल पार्क मिलेगा. The next is, in which of the following state Tapovan hydropower project is located? Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Himachal, Uttarakhand. So I think 2-3 years back it was in the news because we had seen some cracks that was there in Joshimath in Uttarakhand. D is the right answer. Yes, Sarah, you are right. D is the right answer. And the locals were blaming this Tapovan hydroelectric power project. तो उस टाइम पे काफी न्यूज में था कि जोशीमठ में क्रैक्स वगैरह आ रहे थे. 8 जनवरी 2023 की बात है, और जिससे जमीन धंस रही थी कुछ. So these things were in the news. To the sacred town. ठीक है. Yes, Sarah, CLAT aspirant, Bhagat, you are right. D is the right answer. So this is Uttarakhand, and somewhere here you will find Joshimath. And in Joshimath, there is Tapovan hydroelectric power project. Joshimath. The next is, which state has the highest Ramsar sites in India? पद्मा. हाँ, पद्मा मेघना दोनों कहलाती है. पद्मा कहलाती है, फिर आगे जाके मेघना भी कहलाती है. यस, पद्मा, यू आर राइट. गंगा जो है पद्मा कहलाती है, राइट। हाँ, हाईएस्ट रामसर साइट जनरली तमिलनाडु में, अक्सर ऐड वगैरह होते रहते हैं ना, सो बट राइट नाउ इट्स आंसर इज है ना, सो दीस थिंग्स यू शुड बी नोइंग। वैसे विल कीप ऑन अपडेटिंग रामसर साइट्स बिकॉज लास्ट तक अगले नेक्स्ट 8-10 महीने में कई बार ऐड होता है, ठीक है, सो विल कीप ऑन अपडेटिंग दैट। Which of the following has the highest biodiversity? You understand what is biodiversity? This is a conceptual question. Bio split करो diversity. Life diversity means variation in plant species, है ना, plants and animal species. So diversity. So the more the biodiversity is, the more stable the ecosystem is. And biodiversity is very much linked to near equator. Near equator, wherever you'll find more rainfall, the chances of biodiversity is very high. Tropical rainforest. It's near equator, right? Said David. Bhagat, CLAT aspirant, you are right. B is the right answer, right? है ना? So tropical rainforest of the world. तो अगर आप देखोगे, this is equator, 0 degree equator, ठीक है? हाँ, perpendicular rays of sun etc. and all. So यहाँ पे देखोगे Amazon rainforest is there. यहाँ पे देखोगे Congo rainforest है ना, फिर यहाँ पे सिंगापुर, मलेशिया के आसपास. In this region is famous for rainforest of the world. And here you will find heavy rainfall because of convectional rainfall. तो यहाँ पर हर दिन रेनफॉल होता है, 4 o'clock शावर कहते हैं, शाम में अक्सर बारिश हो जाती है ना. So this causes like high density forests are there in this region, है ना. Amazon forest ने आपने नाम सुना ही होगा. They are called as lungs of the earth because it is said that they produce almost 20% of the oxygen. ठीक है. So of course they will have high biodiversity. Now if I ask rainforest of ocean, तब किसको कहते हैं? समुंदर का रेन फॉरेस्ट किसको कहते हैं? एनीवन? कोरल्स का नाम सुने, कोरल रीफ्स. सो ये इस रीजन में सबसे ज्यादा कोरल्स पाए जाते हैं. दिस रीजन व्हिच आई एम मेकिंग इट विद ब्लैक पेन, एंड इस रीजन में कोरल्स आर फाउंड. ठीक है, लाइक द लार्जेस्ट कोरल रीफ इज हियर, ग्रेट बैरियर रीफ इन ऑस्ट्रेलिया. पता नहीं यार क्या हो गया, लिखा क्यों नहीं रहा अच्छे से. ग्रेट बैरियर रीफ, बैरियर रीफ, ठीक है, ऑस्ट्रेलिया के क्वींसलैंड के पास है ना. हाँ, यस. Corals are called as rainforests of the ocean because these are most high biodiverse diverse place on the earth, है ना. Yes, तो ये सब पता होना चाहिए. And biodiversity, the more biodiverse the system is, ecosystem is, the more stable it is, and the more it is good for from environment point of view. ठीक है, तो ये सब पता होना चाहिए, है ना. Corals को आप सर्च कीजिएगा, corals के बारे में. And they are actually in symbiosis also, है ना. Corals जो होता है ना, उसके बारे में पढ़िएगा. नेडेरिया, नेडेरिया ग्रुप में आता है. दे आर इन सिम्बायोसिस विद जूस एंड थैले, एक तरह का फाइटोप्लैंक्टन होता है ना. सो दिस सॉरी जूस एंड थैले प्रोवाइड फूड, एंड नेडेरिया, दिस इज फ्रॉम नेडेरिया ग्रुप. व्हाट वी कॉल इट एज पॉलिप्स, है ना, पॉलिप्स होता है. दे प्रोवाइड स्केलेटन, है ना. दे आर इन सिम्बायोसिस. Next is, in which ocean you will find Bermuda Triangle? A previous year question bhi hai, so you should be knowing. And what is that? Yes, Zara, Bhagat, you all are right. Only 2 answers. Anyone else? Atlantic Ocean. A is the right answer. What is that? What is the theory or story behind this? Which I personally believe is a fake story, but what is the story behind this? क्या है कहानी इसके पीछे बरमूदा ट्रायंगल की? देखो, ये यूएस देख रहे हो, ये अटलांटिक ओशन देख रहे हो, ठीक है, ठीक है. शिप्स डिसअपीयर. हाँ, इसको हम लोग जूम करते हैं, यहां पे आते हैं. ये यूएस है, दिस इज फ्लोरिडा. यहाँ पे कैनेडी स्पेस सेंटर, फ्लोरिडा में कैनेडी स्पेस सेंटर है, स्पेस सेंटर, केप कानावेरल. दिस इज द प्लेस फ्रॉम वेयर सैटेलाइट्स आर लॉन्च्ड, लाइक इन इंडिया. Satish Dhawan Space Center is there in Sriharikota. Similar to that in USA, there is Kennedy Space Center, Cape Canaveral, from where satellites are launched. ठीक है. अब देखो होता क्या है, रफली ऐसा कुछ एक यहाँ पे, this is an island called as Bermuda Island. So this is actually the triangle. ऐसे कुछ बनता है, ये पोर्टो रिको नहीं है ऐसे. This is called as Bermuda Triangle in Atlantic Ocean. And what is the story behind this? So the story is that if any ship goes in this region or aeroplane goes in this region, it disappears because of gravitational pull and so on and so forth, which is of course no doubt these are false stories. Please do not trust this at any cost, because if the gravitational force is so powerful here, then all the big scientists like Einstein, Newton, and even in recent years would have researched a lot on this instead of researching on black hole. You know what is black hole? In universe, this is a place. This is so powerful. The gravity is so powerful at this place that even light cannot escape. This is called as black hole, and we have seen a lot of research on this by big scientists, a lot of research, Nobel Prize, etc., and all. So similarly, if here also the gravitational pull is so powerful that the ships and the aeroplane cannot escape, then of course there should have been a lot of research on this. So please, you have to make it crystal clear that these are false stories, nothing to trust. But since Bermuda Triangle has become so famous, you should be knowing from GK point of view that it lies in Atlantic Ocean. कहानी पे भरोसा बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, लेकिन आपको एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से you should be knowing it. ठीक है? Okay, so A is the right answer to this question. Okay, those who are mature enough, they will understand why this story has been cooked. Here you will find the place where satellites are launched in a Kennedy Space Center. Okay, let's move on to the next one. ठीक है. Next is question number 22. Which of the following is the largest lake in Mizoram but situated in Myanmar as per the common saying? The right answer is ये रेहदिल lake कहलाता है. D is the right answer. ठीक है. ठीक है, somewhere here. ठीक है, ये रेहदिल, मिजोरम और म्यांमार के बॉर्डर पे. Here is मिजोरम. Yes, Bhagat, Siddhivich, you all are right. Anna. Next is Indus Plain region in India comprise the plain of Punjab, Western Ghat, and Western Rajasthan. This we have done it, but let's say, let me have a revision of that. Right answer is option D, Jammu and Kashmir. है ना, ये तो हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया है. We have discussed it. This is a revision. There was a question in MH said that a river starts from near Lake Mansarovar in Tibet, goes to Ladakh, goes to Pakistan, then falls in Arabian Sea here in Karachi. And this is Arabian Sea. This is Indus River. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. D is the right answer. Yes, Sara, Siddhivich, Bhagat, you are right. Highest mountain peak in India is? इस पर मैंने बताया, I've done the explanation in the past. देखो, this is the highest mountain peak of the world which is situated in Nepal. This is the highest mountain peak of South India or highest mountain peak of Western Ghat. ठीक है. The answer should be K2 and I'll explain both. The answer is A. ठीक है. देखो मैंने आपको बताया है K2 is here. And this region is POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. It is illegally occupied by Pakistan. But we believe that this is our territory. So K2 उसके बाद जो next आता है कंचनजंगा in Sikkim. Okay. So if the option mentions K2, then you should go for K2 because K2 is higher peak than Kanchenjunga, and we believe that K2 is our part. Okay. But if in the option K2 is not mentioned and Kanchenjunga is one of the options that is mentioned, then you should go for Kanchenjunga. Okay. Since K2 was mentioned, that's why we have marked K2. ठीक है, ध्यान रखिएगा. K2 का एक और काराकोरम जिसको कहते हैं, है ना, गॉडविन ऑस्टिन पीक भी कहते हैं, गॉडविन ऑस्टिन पीक. ठीक है. Okay. Dash is the only active volcano in India. ये 2017-18 के आसपास न्यूज में था बिकॉज इट हैड erupted at that time. Yes, Sarah, that's right. You both are right. Barren Island volcano है ना, अंडमान निकोबार अंडमान ग्रुप ऑफ आइलैंड्स के पास में. ये अंडमान ग्रुप है, यहाँ पे बैरन आइलैंड मिलेगा. Next is Bandhavgarh National Park is located in which state? The right answer is option B. Madhya Pradesh is the right answer. है ना? Now please tell me, where is Kunu National Park situated? And why I'm talking about Kunu National Park? Kunu National Park is in Madhya Pradesh, and we have brought cheetahs from African countries like South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana to Kunu National Park. International Big Cat Alliance, yes, that is also the reason. है ना? So we have brought cheetahs from 3 countries of Africa, South Africa, Namibia, and Botswana in Kunu National Park, Madhya Pradesh. So B is the right answer to this question. Next question is that recently we have brought cheetahs from Botswana. ठीक है, so B is the right answer. है ना? तो ये पहले की न्यूज है, चीतास लाया गया था साउथ अफ्रीका से, फिर बोट्सवाना, बहुत जगह से, नामीबिया से लाया गया था, है ना? Some from Namibia, some from South Africa. Now we are bringing from Botswana also. In Madhya Pradesh, here you will find Kunu National Park. Yes, Siddevesh, you are right. B is the right answer to this question. Next is, which of the following rivers flows in a rift valley? रिफ्ट वाली 2 पहाड़ है, उसके बीच में जो रिफ्ट है उसमें से जाता है. 2 ब्लॉक माउंटेन्स आते हैं, ब्लॉक माउंटेन्स कहते हैं, उसके बीच वाले को रिफ्ट वैली कहते हैं. The right answer is option C, Narmada River. And this acts as a boundary between North and South India also. ये भी मैंने बताया. C is the right answer. है ना? देखो मैं दिखाता हूँ. ये मध्य प्रदेश है. This is actually, this is Madhya Pradesh. And this one is Maharashtra. ठीक है ना? Okay, and this one is Vindhyan. I'm writing V. This is Satpura range. Vindhyans and Satpura. ठीक है? उसके बीच से रिवर जाती है नर्मदा रिवर. Narmada. I'm writing N for Narmada. And it starts from the border of Chhattisgarh and Madhya Pradesh. And this is called as Amarkantak Plateau. This is also asked in the exam. In CUT में पूछा था ना, Amarkantak Plateau. So Narmada River starts from Amarkantak. Okay. तो इसको थोड़ा सा और अच्छे से बता देता हूँ इधर साइड में. ये ऊपर वाले जो माउंटेन रेंज है विंध्यंस, नीचे सतपुरा. विंध्यंस मध्य प्रदेश में होगा, सतपुरा समझो महाराष्ट्र में, और बीच से जो है इन द मिडल यू विल फाइंड नर्मदा रिवर फ्लोइंग. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी डूइंग. तो ऐसा कुछ ब्लॉक बना हुआ है, विंध्यंस और सतपुरा. दीज आर 2 ब्लॉक माउंटेन्स, विंध्यंस, सतपुरा, और बीच से जो रिवर जा रही है दैट्स कॉल्ड एज नर्मदा. सो सी इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस क्वेश्चन. ठीक है. दूसरी बात है कि नर्मदा रिवर इज कंसिडर्ड एज द बाउंड्री. सो बिलो नर्मदा रिवर, ये नर्मदा है, इसके नीचे का पूरा हिस्सा, दिस रीजन इज कॉल्ड एज इन पेनिनसुलर इंडिया और साउथ इंडिया. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग. ठीक है. ओके, इज इट क्लियर? Now the next question, hopefully the easiest question of the day, I believe. नाइल रिवर, इट इज द राइट आंसर, है ना, लॉन्गेस्ट रिवर ऑफ द वर्ल्ड. एंड लार्जेस्ट कंटेंट वाइज अगर पूछा जाए लार्जेस्ट रिवर यानी कंटेंट वाइज, देन इट विल बी अमेजन रिवर. ठीक है, अदरवाइज लेंथ वाइज द लॉन्गेस्ट रिवर इज नाइल रिवर. ठीक है, सो यहां से चलती है, प्लीज टेल मी द नेम ऑफ द लेक. यहां से चलती है व्हाइट नाइल, यहां से इथोपियन हाईलैंड से ब्लू नाइल, and it becomes Nile River and goes to Egypt, and then it falls in MS, Mediterranean Sea. This is W and White Nile. This is Blue Nile. ठीक है, they both meet at Khartoum, the capital of Sudan, and it forms Nile River and it goes to Mediterranean Sea. ठीक है, अच्छा यहाँ पर एक डैम बन रहा है. This is called as X, and this has become the cause for dispute between Ethiopia and Nile and Egypt. Which dam is being talked about? इस डैम के कारण इथोपिया और इजिप्ट में थोड़ा सा इश्यू हो गया है. व्हाट इज दैट? यस, ग्रैंड इथोपियन रेनेसा डैम. यस, वेरी गुड, राइट. ठीक है, से लॉन्गेस्ट रिवर होगी और लार्जेस्ट रिवर जो है वो विद वाटर कंटेंट वाइज यहाँ पर है अमेजोन रिवर. ऐसे रफली मैं बता रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे अमेजोन रिवर है. सो लार्जेस्ट क्यों है? इक्वेटर के पास बारिश बहुत होती है, रेनफॉल इज वेरी हाई, एंड दैट्स व्हाई इट लीड्स टू हेवी रेनफॉल, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ व्हिच वी आर हैविंग ह्यूज अमाउंट ऑफ वाटर कंटेंट ऑन दिस. अच्छा, ये जो लेक है, दिस लेक फ्रॉम वेयर व्हाइट नाइल स्टार्ट, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज विक्टोरिया लेक. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड बी नोइंग अबाउट. ठीक है, सो वी आर स्टॉपिंग दिस क्लास हियर. नाउ विल बी मीटिंग यू नेक्स्ट संडे एट 3 PM, है ना, सो एट 8 PM. So this is all about today's class. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.